In today's Yoga Quickie, we're going to focus on strengthening and lengthening the muscles so that we can keep you strong and agile as a legger. Let's start today's class by coming onto all fours. Find the knees underneath the hips, hands spread wide and underneath the shoulders. Feel the weight distribute through all the fingers and the pads of the hand. Feel the weight on the tops of the feet. Take a nice big inhale, and let's begin to exhale and round the spine segment by segment towards the ceiling. Inhale, drop the belly towards the ground, open the chest through the arms, and gently lift the head. Exhale, touch each segment of the spine as it rounds towards the ceiling. Shoulder blades roll away from one another. Inhale, drop the belly. Feel the tips of the shoulder blades pull towards one another as the head lifts. Exhale, imagine you're pulling your heart through your chest, your belly button through your spine as you round. Inhale, drop the belly. Let's find neutral, that place between cat and cow. Let's begin to push the hips over to the left and then round them towards the heels and all the way up. Circular motion, push back. Begin to open the hips gently. Do some hip work today. As you come to the top this time, push the hips over to the right. Let them circle in the opposite direction. Last one. Let's find our way into our first downward facing dog. Curl the toes, extend the hips. Torso drops towards the thighs. Pedal out the feet. Spread the toes wide. Hands are strong. Head hangs in between the arms. Let both heels lengthen towards the mat. Spread your toes nice and wide. Keep your heels towards one another as we come up onto the toes, ensuring that our weight distributes over the big toe just as much as the other four, and then slowly lower. Inhale on top of the toes, and then lengthen. Last one. As you come up, take a notice. Does one side come up higher than the other? Mine does. Slowly lower. Inhale, allow the spine to come towards the ceiling as it waves into plank. As we find plank, we're strong through the glutes, belly is in nice and tight, ribs are connecting to the hips. And then we peel back, hips lift up. Imagine a piece of string is pulling you back. Round in. Peel back. Last one, round in. And peel back. Let's lift our left leg. Behind us, three-legged dog. Drop the right heel to the ground. Stay lengthened through that leg. And as we lift the left leg, we keep our hips square to the ground, toes pulling towards the shin. And let's draw it to the outside of the left wrist. And then bring the right foot in, and then find a yogi squat as we sit down. Heels are fully connected to the ground, toes are looking forward. And then slowly take the hips all the way back up. Sink them to the ground, stopping at your range of motion. If the heels start to lift off the ground, just stop. And then slowly rise. Squeeze your thighs so that the hamstrings can lengthen. And then slowly release to the ground one more time. And then slowly come up. One more deep breath. Let's bring your left leg behind you. Keep your right leg wide in that wide lunge. We're going to lower down into chaturanga, and as we do, we're going to take this right leg, sweep it out to the side, lower down, and as we press back up, take the left leg out and around back into the lunge. That's fun, right? Let's do that one more time. Left leg will come down and sweep around as we lower the upper body, and then as we come up, we're going to take the right leg up nice and wide. Beautiful. Now let's step the left leg back in, wide-legged yogi squat. Right hand comes behind us, and it comes far enough so that we have some space. Fingertips are looking away from us. Heel toe yourself together slightly so your knees are in line with your hips. Left arm, take a nice big inhale, squeeze your glutes, extend the hips. Knees are gonna shoot towards the front of the mat as that left arm comes up and over. Slowly come all the way back down. 2 more times, same side. Exhale, lift the hips, squeeze, draw the knees forward, open up. Last one on this side. Slowly come down, plant the left hand behind us, fingers look away. This time the right arm comes away, we lift the hips, it comes across the horizon and open, and then all the way back down. 2 more, exhale. Last one, feel the lift, feel the opening of the hips and the chest. And then as we come in, we may need to use our hands to walk us back in, and then extend the hips. Well done, forward fold. If our feet are not already underneath our hips, please bring them there. Bend the knees, plant the hands on the ground, step back into plank pose. One long line, head to heels, squeeze the glutes. Feel the creases of the elbows come around to look at the fingertips. We're engaged nice and strong. Everything is squeezing. Thighs, belly, booty. We're pressing away with the hands. And then let's exhale back. Right leg lifts behind us. Bring it in between the hands this time. Find your lunge. When you are stable through the feet, take the torso over the hips. Shin draws forward on the right leg. Left leg extends. We ensure the hips are even, so we pull the left hip up, right hip down slightly. We feel that both hip bones are looking to the front of the mat, and we squeeze our glute. Arms come up. Take a nice big inhale, and as we exhale, we're going to rotate the arms over that standing right leg, and as we do so, we're going to ensure that we pull the right hip back, left hip forward to keep an even pelvis. As we come all the way in, bring this right arm down towards the thigh. As it lifts up, kick off to warrior 3 and draw the left arm alongside the left leg. Use the glute and the hamstring to lift the left leg, and then slowly draw it in. Draw the knee parallel to the ground. Extend the leg. Maybe a hand comes behind the left thigh. Slowly let the left leg come down, and behind us, back to warrior 3, hands to the hips this time. Find your focal point, and then gently begin to allow the hips stack into balancing half moon. Push through the heel. As we come in, square the hips. Take the left heel towards the backside. Slow and control, we're gonna lower down. Maybe you need to bring your hands to the ground or to blocks, and then we're gonna slowly let that left knee touch the ground. Curl the left toes underneath, and then begin to sit back as we lengthen the right leg. Slowly roll onto the right foot. Left fingertips plant as we kick the back leg off in line with the hip once again, and then rotate over that standing right leg. Pull the right hip back, create space. Slowly close. Extend the left leg behind us, and then kick the right leg into three-legged dog. Well done. Extend the leg down, left leg lifts this time. Draws in between our hands. Take your time, set your stance, set the hips as the torso rises into our lunge. Spread the toes, feel the arch lift. When we're ready, the arms come up, extend the elbows, round the pinkies towards the front of the mat. As we inhale, we fill the belly. As we exhale, left hip pulls back, right hip pulls forward as the arms open. Transitioning to warrior three. Left hand comes down, passes the thigh, extends as the right arm comes along that right extended leg. Hips are squaring down, eyes are gazing down, arms are opposing, and then slowly draw that right knee up, parallel to the ground. Possibly we hold the thigh as we extend the leg. We slowly drop the right leg, hands come to hips as it touches the ground gently and then comes all the way back, torso tips, warrior three. Begin to gently stack your hips, kick through the heel, toes towards the shin, balancing half moon. Maybe the hand comes to the ground for balance. We slowly close the hip. Bend the knee on that right leg so the heel comes towards your backside. And then slowly bend your left leg. Like I said, hands can come down, or maybe we can guide the knee all the way down. Curl your right toes. Begin to sit back as we lengthen the left leg. So we're going to open up the foot on the right and the hamstring on the left. Slowly rock back onto your left foot. Extend into revolved balancing half moon. We lift the right leg and then we rotate over the standing left leg as we pull the hip away from the rib cage. Slowly come down. Right legs extend. We find our lunge and we kick back into downward facing dog. Well done. Well done. Left leg lifts. We shift forward into plank and draw the knee towards the nose. Lift it through the hip. Use the core. Let's thread the left leg through the body. Where the left leg goes is up to you and your mobility. If we need to ease off, draw it towards the right foot. If it's okay, draw it towards the right wrist. Take a hand, if you can, to your right hip and feel it rotate down towards the ground. So we want to avoid it opening. And then push through the heel. Pull the knee back in to the chest. Kick all the way back, three-legged dog. This time, bend the knee, open the hip, but keep the shoulders square. Nice big inhale. As we exhale, come forward to plank. Draw the knee towards the outside of that left elbow. Maybe we can make connection. Squeeze. Slowly come back. Extend three-legged dog. Drop the right heel, open the leg, and then slowly release back down to the ground. Well done. Opposite side, right leg lifts. Take an inhale. As we exhale, draw knee to nose. You stay lifted, thread through. Find the leg position that best suits your hip. Take your left hip and turn it towards the ground. Extend through the heel. Maybe use your hands to push away. Use the strength in the core. Pull the knee in towards the nose. Extend back. Bend the knee, bring the heel towards the backside, and then gently let the hip open to that right-hand side of the mat, keeping the shoulders square so they don't go with us. Inhale. Exhale, forward to plank. Draw the knee to the outside of the right wrist, elbow. Find connection and squeeze. Slowly kick all the way back. Well done. Take a minute, drop your knees, sit back, child's pose. If you need a second, let your wrists go in the opposite direction. Maybe we open and close the wrists. Let's find our way back into downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Find your lunge as the foot comes through. Arms lift. Rib cage connects towards our hips, so we avoid hyperextending through that low back. Take your inhale and then exhale, open, twisting lunge. Opposing warrior 3, we'll take that left hand forward, right hand along the thigh. Slowly draw the right knee in, hand to underneath the thigh or hand to foot as we extend. As we take that right leg, we let it drop, hands to hip, warrior 3. Rotate open, balancing half moon. Slowly close the hip. Draw the right heel to the glute. Control as we bend the left leg. All the way down, find the connection of the right knee. Curl the toes. Sit back. Lengthen the left leg slightly. Hinge forward. Come in, roll over the left foot. Revolve, balancing half moon, right leg lifts, push through the heel, rotate the torso over the standing leg. As we slowly lower into a lunge, bring the left hand to the inside of the left foot. Let's swoop the left leg around as we lower down to chaturanga, and as we press back up, that right leg comes into a lunge. Take a second to swoop the right leg out to the side as we lower. Press back up, bring the left leg up. Well done. Kick all the way back, left leg comes behind us. Knee draws into the nose. Thread the foot through. This time, we're going to drop onto the side of our back foot, so create connection of the back edge of that right foot. Slide the left foot forward, lift the hips and open it to fallen triangle. As we come in, close the right hand, pivot on the back foot, close the hip again, just open up one more time for me. Pull the knee into the chest on the left, extend back, three-legged dog. This time as we shift forward, we'll lower to chaturanga and bring the knee to elbow and hold. Now watch, we're gonna take this left foot and flip it around so that we can sit down. Take that left leg, cross it over the right, sit up nice and tall, hug it in. Feel the sitting bones, those bony parts in your tail connected to the ground. Let's unwind the top leg, bring it back. We're gonna come back to low end chaturanga with the knee connected to the elbow. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So bring the right hand, it's gonna look at the front of your mat, yes? As we come around, we'll lift the hips, draw all the way around and connect knee back to elbow, but we're at that low end of the push-up, yes? Press all the way back up, kick back, release. Well done, right leg lifts. Find it in between our hands, find our lunge. Feel the torso lift. Glutes are active, rib cage is down. And the reason we cue ribs to hips is the moment we take the arms up, we'll tend to hyperextend through the upper back. And the moment the rib cage flares, the low back will begin to arch. So as long as we're squeezed through the glutes, we're okay if we have some of that length in the upper body. Let's open up, twist, pull the right hip back, left hip forward. Opposing warrior 3. Let this right hand come and circle the hip. As we find our focal point, left leg comes behind us. Left arm is alongside the left leg. We're lifting through the glute and the hamstring. And then we're going to draw that left knee Either grab a hold with the hand behind the thigh or extend the leg with the hand to the foot. Drop the foot, hands to hips, tip the torso, warrior three. Balancing half moon, open up, stack the hips. Hand can come to the ground if it needs to. Kick through the heel. Slowly close the hips back to the ground. Bend the left heel, bring it towards the glute. Lower down. On this side, my ankle rotation isn't as good, so even my fingers need to come down. My toes are gonna touch before my knee on this side. It's just the way it's gonna go. And then I'm gonna sit back. We're gonna extend the right leg, pull the toes, let the torso come in. So notice side to side how well we move in and out of these postures. On one side, you may do it a lot easier, and on the other side, it's a lot more difficult. I am the same exact way. Roll onto the foot, cup the fingertips, revolve the half moon. Slowly come back, extend the left leg, take that right foot out slightly as we come into a lunge. Right hand comes to the inside of the right foot. Swoop the leg, lower down, strength here, squeeze. We're all squeezed, right? Squeezing, press up, bring the left leg up. One more time, left leg comes out, we lower, we press up, we bring the knee. Yes, beautiful. Kick your right leg behind you, three-legged dog. Draw the knee into the chest as we shift into plank. Thread through. This time, fallen triangle. Ground the back edge of the left foot. Slide the right leg through, lift the hips and open. Slowly come down around, and as we pivot on the back toes and pull the leg back in, take a second, let that left hip square, open the hip. And then draw into the chest, kick all the way back. Let's come in, so we're coming at knee towards elbow as we lower down to chaturanga. Remember, we're gonna sit right here. Now what are we doing? We're flipping. Right leg is gonna come around, and we're sitting down. Well done. Right leg comes over the left, sit up nice and tall. Hug in with the left arm. Right fingertips come slightly behind us to help us sit up nice and tall. Feel grounded through the glutes. Slowly unwind. Left fingertips come back to look at the front of the mat. Unwind your right leg. We're gonna lift the hips, and as we come in and plant this right hand, we're gonna end in that low push-up position, connecting the knee towards the elbow. Press all the way back up. Use your strength, kick back. Beautiful. Slowly lower, and then melt into child's pose. If you'd like, take the knees wide as you sit back, or keep them looking forward, either one. Let's draw back down to all fours. Hands are spread wide. Coming full circle, let's just take some cat-cows. Open up the spine, feel the spine roll. This time hold cat. Just let the chin tuck, eyes gaze towards the thighs. Let the head hang. Feel the breath come between the shoulder blades. 2 more deep breaths. Last one. And then let the belly drop. 3 deep breaths in cow pose. Feel the tips of the shoulder blades. So we're sinking the heart down. find neutral. Feel your hips go side to side. Slowly sit back. Heels come, our glutes come to our heels, fingertips come behind us. We feel the chest open. Maybe this is enough for us. If we can begin to extend the hips, open the chest. Squeeze the glutes, see if you can extend a little higher. And then slowly come down, counteract the back bend one more time. Keep your hands towards your heels as we round into child's pose. And then slowly come all the way up. Find your sitting bones. Find a comfortable seated position. So today we just found a little bit of strength, we found a little bit of stretch, and you did absolutely wonderful. Have a great rest of your day. Namaste.